class 8 science, and the topic which has been going on since previous 2 classes is the universe. Today I am here with a very interesting part of this chapter, that is the solar system. You all are aware of the solar system and have been studying about it little by little from your lower classes, and today you will find more and interesting information about our solar system. You all know that the sun with all its planets, asteroids, comets, etc., they make up the solar system. So I already mentioned over here, the solar system consists of sun, planets, satellites, the satellites of these planets. Then the asteroids, comets, etc. all make up the solar system. So now sun occupies the central position in the solar system. You know that sun is stationary in its position and all the planets revolve around the sun in a fixed elliptical orbit. Okay. Every planet has its own orbit. So there are a number of elliptical rings, one inside the other. They are concentric to each other, and in each orbit one planet is revolving. There are total 8 planets around the sun. I have named them Mercury in order for you. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. This is the order from the sun, and then we move further away from the sun. About the sun details we have already discussed in the first video. You can refer to that as well. And just to sum up quickly, the sun is a star. It is the star closest to the earth, and therefore it appears bigger in size and brighter to us and very hot also. Though there are many stars which are much bigger than the sun, they have much more heat than the sun, but because they are very far away from us, therefore we do not feel the heat and that much light of those stars. The distance of the sun from the earth is about 150 million kilometers. The mass of the sun is 3,33,000 times that of the earth, and the size of the sun is also about 28 times the size of the earth. Okay, so now we will come to the discussion of the planets one by one. I have given a summary of all the planets so that learning becomes very easy for you. So the first planet we are discussing over here is Mercury, the planet closest to the sun and smallest in size. So it is the closest to the sun. It is the smallest planet out of all the 8 planets. The mass of Mercury is roughly half that of the earth. Not exactly half, but you can see 0.55 times that of the earth. Mercury has no atmosphere, means no gases are found on the Mercury, and because of the lack of atmosphere, the temperature range at Mercury is very high. The temperature ranges from 400 degrees during the daytime, and at night this temperature falls to minus 200 degrees Celsius. And due to this lack of atmosphere and this extreme type of temperature, hot also extreme, cold also extreme, so life is not possible on Mercury. Now there are 2 types of motion which these planets take. One is rotation and one is revolution. Rotation is the movement of the planet all around its axis. At a fixed position, the planet is moving around its axis, that is called rotation. And revolution is the planets take a trip around the moon in their elliptical path. So the time taken by the planet to move around this elliptical path is referred to as the time of revolution. Sorry. So the rotation, Mercury takes 59 days to rotate on its axis, means it is rotating very slowly, and it takes 88 days to complete its revolution. Revolution will depend on the distance from the sun. As the distance will increase from the sun, the length of the elliptical path is also going to increase. Therefore, as we will move away from the sun, the time of revolution is going to increase. Time of rotation varies from planet to planet depending on its speed. And one more information is that Mercury has no moon. So you can see in this little part I have summed up the entire information for Mercury. And same way I have summed up the entire information of all the planets, so that just by one click you get information about each. You can compare one planet with other. So this has been done to make your study about the planets very easy for you. Next planet is Venus. It is second from the sun, means by distance. Venus is a very bright object in the sky. Therefore, it is also referred to as the morning or the evening star. Venus is called the sister planet of the Earth. This is an important question. Why Venus is called the sister planet of the Earth? The reason is that the type of density, the nature of the material of the Venus and the Earth, all are similar to each other. Alright, that is why Venus is called the sister planet. It has atmosphere, but it has gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen in it. No oxygen, therefore no life. Venus is the hottest planet with a temperature going up to 480 degrees Celsius. Now you must be getting a question in your mind. Closest is Mercury, but hottest is Venus. How is this possible? The reason for this is the presence of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide gas traps the heat, and as a result the temperature of the Venus goes higher than that of Mercury. So don't get confused, because children often when asked hottest planet give Mercury because logically it is closest. But the reason is the presence of this carbon dioxide gas. Venus also has no moons. Rotation takes 243 days. This is the maximum. Okay, so rotation time is maximum for Venus, and revolution 225 days. Excuse me. Then is our own planet, the Earth. It is the third planet from the sun. It has got one moon. By size, it is the fifth largest in the solar system. You all know much about Earth. You all know the composition of the Earth. Then Earth has atmosphere, and the main reason why life is possible on Earth are these three things: presence of oxygen, life supporting oxygen, the right amount of temperature for all living organisms to be able to survive, and of course life supporting water. These are the three things which support life on Earth. Rotation, you all know, takes 24 hours and revolution 1 year to complete. Then we have the next planet, Mars. It is the fourth planet from the sun by distance. It is the second smallest planet, means Mercury is the smallest, then second is Mars. Mars is referred to as the red planet. The reason is that the surface of the Earth has lots of iron oxide in it, and this iron oxide has reddish color. Therefore, Mars appears red and is called the red planet. Mars has a very thin atmosphere. It has got two moons, and just because there are two moons, so I gave you the name. Phobos and Deimos are the moons of the Mars. Then the rotation takes 1.03 days and revolution takes 1.88 years. Means almost a little less than 2 years of the Earth. You know, the Mangalyaan mission was to Mars and was to study about what is present on the Mars and all that. That's the mission to Mars by the scientists, by the astronauts on the Earth. Then we have the next planet, Now we are coming to next 4 planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Before I begin with these, I will tell you that these first 4 planets are referred to as the inner planets. That is Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars are the inner planets. And these planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are called the outer planets. The reason is that these 4 planets in their elliptical path have almost a similar type of distance between them. But then from Mars, when we go to Jupiter, there is a big gap. And this big gap is filled with asteroids. So these 4 planets lie within the asteroid belt and these 4 planets lie outside the asteroid belt. Therefore, these are called the inner planets and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are called the outer planets. Then we come to information about Jupiter. It is the 5th planet from the Sun by distance. This is the largest planet by size. The mass of Jupiter is about 318 times the mass of the Earth. Volume is 1300 times that of the Earth, means in one Jupiter 1300 Earths can be fitted. This is the volume of the Jupiter, so you can imagine its size. Then it is the 4th brightest planet in the, or the 4th brightest object in the solar system. When I say it is the 4th brightest object, what are the other 3 brighter objects? Sun, the Moon and the Venus. These are the bright objects of the solar system. Jupiter rotates very quickly about its axis. It takes only about 10 hours to rotate and this is the quickest, the fastest speed of rotation. And revolution, as the distance is increasing, revolution takes 12 Earth years for one revolution by Jupiter. Lastly, there are 67 moons of the Jupiter. Isn't it very interesting information? Similar information we will see for Saturn also. Saturn is the 6th by distance. It is the 2nd largest by size, means next to Jupiter is Saturn. The size is that about 95 times that of the Earth, means in Saturn 95 such Earths can be fitted. Saturn is called a ringed planet because you can see a ring around the Saturn and this ring is generally made up of dust particles, ice particles and the like. In all, there are 8 rings around the Saturn. 3 are bright rings and 5 are faint rings. The rotation time is 10.7 hours and the time of revolution is 29.4 years. The distance from the moon is increasing, so time of revolution is also going to increase. Total 82 moons. Out of all the planets, Saturn has the maximum number of moons, that is 82 moons. Then we come to Uranus. It is the 7th by distance. It is the coldest planet. These 3 outermost planets, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, have rings around them. So this has 13 rings around it. But the rings of Saturn are very clearly visible. Therefore, generally when we talk of ring planet, the first name which comes to our mind is Saturn. Then rotation takes 17 hours. Revolution takes 84 years. And Uranus has 27 moons. Now we come to the last, Neptune. It is the farthest away planet, that is the 8th by distance. It is the 3rd heaviest planet. It is big in size also. It can fit 58 Earths in it. Rotation takes 17 hours and revolution takes 165 hours. Okay. This is also a ringed planet, has got 6 rings around it and it has got 14 moons. This is all the information clubbed up on one screen of all the 8 planets. You can take a screenshot and view the video again to understand the information clear. Before I end, you can see that I have made 2 stars over here. These stars means that these 2 planets, that is Venus and Uranus, are moving in the opposite direction, rotating in the opposite direction from east to west. All the other planets move from west to east. Only Venus and Uranus are moving from east to west. I hope you liked the information and you found it very simple as well. Don't forget to share the channel and like the video if you like the content. Be safe, children. Bye-bye. हाय राम, तैयारी में देर लगी है।